Stall me West Coast Rap, man, and welcome to my podcast, You Bitch. The thoughts, views, and opinions you hear on this show are just that my thoughts, my views, my opinions. So if you don't like them, disagree with them, or whatever the case may be, well, there's a simple solution to all that, and that's just stop listening. But if you care to partake in the conversation, sit back, turn it up, and enjoy the show. YeahDat. Welcome back to another episode of the YeahDat podcast hosted by yours truly, West Coast Roberto. How y'all doing out there? First and foremost, I gotta say thank you to you out there listening, to you out there watching, to everyone out there who supports me and supports the show. I truly, truly appreciate you. I know you hear me say it every episode. It's because the love is fucking real. I truly appreciate y'all for showing y'all support, for sharing the tweets and the stories and the posts on y'all's feeds, regardless of no matter what platform it is. I truly appreciate y'all for doing that. Thank you as always. So, what is new with y'all? For me, I'm trying something out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the last episode, the beginning. You got to try stuff to find your niche or whatever the case may be. So I went back to my roots, to my OG microphone, because after listening to yourself, you know what I mean? Listening to yourself and shit on the podcast. Excuse me, I'm a busy man. I get several calls and texts throughout the day, but listening to the podcast on my way to work or during my cardio sessions or whenever. It sounds like a lot of bass is coming through my voice, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I got a deep voice, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of bass is picked up from my voice through my other microphone, which is newer. So I went back to the old one. I'm gonna try this one out. But let me know what y'all think. I mean, go down to the show notes or in the comments section and let me know how I'm coming through, you know what I'm saying? Sound wise. Is the bass, is it real bassy? Is it loud? Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Slide in the messages on IG or whatever, or Twitter. Let me know. But hope everybody out there is doing well. I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of perturbed. I was a little fucking bothered earlier today. But I'll get into that. But before this morning, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing well. Had a little meeting, parent meeting, meet the coaches meeting. Because for those of you real close to me, you already know. You know what I'm saying? Family updates and shit. But for most of y'all out there, listeners and viewers, my daughter, she's a freshman in high school. She tried out for the soccer team and she made varsity. So, you know what I mean? Kudos. A round of applause, please. Thank you. Very proud of her. She was kind of nervous, but you know me, knowing her skill set, I had a feeling that she was going to make varsity, which to me is crazy even hearing, because when I was in high school, you couldn't play varsity sports as a freshman. So the fact that you can do it now is kind of crazy. That just shows the evolution of the athlete nowadays from back in the day and stuff like that. But yeah, she made varsity as a freshman. So if all goes well, she'll be playing 4 years of varsity soccer. And, we'll see what happens next after that. But we had to meet the coaches last night. My wife and I met all the spring coaches. It's crazy here too, because my oldest, she's fast, so she runs track as well. But here where I currently reside, fucking track and soccer, they run parallel. Their seasons run parallel, so she can't compete in the two, and plus she does club soccer, so it was just too much for her. My wife was wanting her to do both to see if she could figure it out. I'm like, nah, it's too much. So yeah, we had that. She's doing big things. My youngest as well. Next year, my youngest will be in the second year of middle school, but then she'll be eligible for her little recruiting thing. So she got big things coming too, man. Bright futures for the two of them. Very proud, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing well. I was in good spirits with that. Lately, I've been on my chef shit. And excuse me if I sound congested or whatever. I woke up this morning and fucking runny nose and fucking throat was itching and shit. Allergies kicking in. It's like, man, it's starting to feel a lot like spring, because the fucking allergies are coming, yo. So I'm congested a little bit. I took a little allergy pill, but it was fucking a bootleg joint. It wasn't like a Claritin or a fucking Zyrtec or whatever. It was like our version of. So it's supposed to be 24 hours with that shit. As you can hear, probably, I'm still fucking congested. So whatever. But I'm dealing with allergies, seasonal allergies, and I just got wind that fucking there's another booster out for COVID. Like, I have yet to get my initial booster. I got the two doses, and then I haven't got the booster, but my wife said one of her colleagues is like, oh yeah, she's getting ready to get her fourth shot. And I was like, fourth shot? Like, what the fuck? And she said, my wife said, yeah, there's a second booster. I'm like, my God, how many of these motherfucking shots we gotta take and shit? But haven't got that. Haven't got the initial one, and I don't know. We'll see where things go from there. I know a lot of places are starting to drop mask mandates. I know schools here where I am locally, they have issued like the mandate or dropped the mask mandate. You don't have to wear them if you don't want to. If you want to, go on, keep rocking it. Me being in the military, they just came out with that yesterday for us. That same option, like, oh, okay, you don't have to wear masks. Woo woo, whatever. You know, it's kind of I don't know. It's one of them topics that's just like, I don't know. It's you choose whatever side you want to be on in regards to that side. You know, I just saw a post earlier. It was like a governor of Florida or whatever the fuck. He was it wasn't the governor. It was some congressman, whatever the fuck he was. But he was at USF, and there were some students standing behind him wearing masks. And he walks up and he's like, "Oh yeah, you don't have to wear those anymore. Like, let's stop with this COVID theater. They don't work. I mean, if you want to wear it, you can wear it, but take them off if you don't want to. I mean, let's stop this COVID theater shit." Which is like, I mean, everybody has their feelings and their opinions about the mask and shit. On a public forum like that, like you're getting ready to stand at a podium and present something or speak about something at a university, a nationally accredited university, well-known university, on TV, media's there. Like, you know how much scrutiny you're gonna catch, but whatever. It's like, motherfuckers, keep y'all's like true feelings. And I don't know. It's just, seeing that was kind of like, come on, you sound fucking ignorant right now. But whatever. You want to wear a mask? Wear a mask. I'll wear it when I'm in like a big group of people, because COVID hasn't gone away. I mean, whether you believe the masks work or not, vaccines work or not, you've gotten a vaccine. That's your thing. But you know what I mean? I didn't wear it today. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it feels good not to wear it. You know what I mean? But then if you're talking to people and they're all in your face and shit, like, I mean, I wear it. I wore it yesterday. They came out with the shit yesterday for us at work, and I still had mine on all day. Everybody else was gallivanting around like, oh yeah, you don't have to wear it. And then at the parents meeting shit last night, we were in the auditorium. I didn't have one on. But you know, several students, and those students, really, I didn't really see any adults wearing them. But a couple of the coaches just mentioned, oh yeah, not having to wear masks, all right. And the athletic trainer mentioned it, and it was like, I mean, all right, whatever. We'll see. we'll see how the numbers go or whatever the case may be. But people's feelings and facts, or people's feelings versus like numbers and shit, fucking scientific numbers and all that stuff. They differ, but it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You do what you want. It is what it is. So there was that. But yeah, like I said, lately I've been on my chef shit. I've been cooking it up. I mean, slicing and dicing up in the motherfucking kitchen. On Tuesday, we had it was Taco Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Enter LeBron audio here. But it was Taco Tuesday, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do some homemade Chipotle type shit. So I had the fucking the chicken thighs. I had the Chipotle adobo sauce, red peppers. You know what I'm saying? I made some homemade guac. Had the fucking the tortillas. I had it all, man. I made some cilantro lime rice, and the shit was on fucking point. I know that's Italian what I just did, but I don't give a fuck. It was good. It was good. So I've been putting it down, man. I mean, I'm very proud of myself. And you know what? It's crazy. You know where I get all these fucking recipes from? One of the fucking platforms that I have joined as of late, recently joined within the past 6 months or whatever. TikTok. Yep. TikTok. So I get on there. I don't really follow many people, but the people I do follow is majority like, hook this meal up, whatever. So I follow like dietitians and chefs and fucking this and this stuff. I take the shit they give, I try it, hook it up at the house, and I've been on a fucking onslaught of cooking. So it's crazy though, man. Like the positive shit, like social media in that aspect is good. To me, is positive because you can learn a lot. I mean, you can do a lot of things. So I've been fucking making a lot of fucking dinners. And just been putting it down. I literally just ate like the last bit of it about an hour ago. I didn't want to eat that. That's supposed to be my post-workout meal, but fucking I ate it because it was fucking sitting there and I was hungry. So I got all my recipes from TikTok, man. You can get some good shit. TikTok's not always about fucking stupid ass dances and bitches fucking teasing fucking your ass and shit like that, man. It ain't about tits and ass and fucking and dances and challenges and shit like that, man. You can learn a lot of shit. There's a lot of good shit on there and social media platforms. And for those of you who got offended or is going to get offended by me saying bitches, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Whatever. Sorry. Anyways, which that kind of brings me into my first talking point, man. It's I'm a people person. I talk about all the time how I love people, how people are extraordinary, yet they can be stupid at the same time. In regards to myself, sometimes I like to sit and reflect on things, which I think everybody should at some point. You know what I mean? Kind of sit, reflect, go somewhere, go to a park, go by a lake, whatever. I mean, or ride in your car. Like me, I do a lot. Sometimes so my commute to work is like 45 minutes. And some days I'll go to work and drive to work, not listening to any music, not listening to anything. Just the only thing you can hear is my truck and then cars and shit like that. But I'm just thinking. Think about a lot of shit, just different shit, just popping in your head, thinking about stuff. I like a lot of my podcast fucking topics and talking points come during those little fucking sessions or whatever. Because, sometimes you just don't want to listen to music. You just don't want to listen to anything. You just want to just drive. And then when you do drive, I get that clarity sometimes when I'm not listening to anything. And it's just like, you start thinking about shit. But, I reflect on a lot of things. And think a lot of people should do a lot more of that, like thinking about stuff and about what you do or how you can impact or whatever the case may be. Just my recommendation is just to fucking, like, you know how I always say, keep an open mind, be open-minded, but reflect and kind of reset. I mean, everyone needs to hit reset. You constantly overworking or working yourself or keeping yourself stressed out, then I mean, it's just a toxic result. I mean, it's a toxic result. Just I don't know. People should just reflections, and I've been thinking about not only myself and like my future and my family's future, and trying to like dealing with situations we're going through or upcoming situations that are coming, and how we can rectify or kind of ease the transitions or whatever the issue that is coming up, and try to find a solution before we even get to that fucking moment. So I'm kind of trying to think ahead, I guess you can say. But I don't know, as of late, I've kind of been really on my spiritual tip, I guess you could say. I know I got a homie out there, Paul. Shout out to big Paulie, and his wifey Tamaya. I've mentioned them several times. I'm saying it's family right there. But I've mentioned them on the show. But they're big into spirituality, and I always forget the topic. I always ask Paul, what's the name of the topic, or whatever. It's not astrology, but it dabbles with astrology. If you know what I'm trying to allude to, then in the comments or in the show notes or in the comments, let me know or message me and let me know. But I've been on my somewhat spiritual thing. I've noticed it's getting pretty tougher and I've been on it pretty tough lately. Every morning when I get in my truck, I always listen to a pod. It's like about 2 minutes. It's like, I guess it's your horoscope. My horoscope, I guess, whatever. So it's my horoscope, my Aries joint, because I'm an Aries. And, the one today was, I don't know, it was crazy because it mentioned several things so it breaks it down from like your relationships, not just like romantic, just relationships in general, personal growth, and it gives you your planet rating, whatever the fucking setup is. But they talked about dealing with like a situation in regards to relationships. It was like professional, and something about growth, but it really resonated with me, because it was like, damn, that's crazy, because it really resonated, but I can't think of it. But it was something along the lines, in like layman's terms, like you're gonna be dealing with a lot of shit, and you have a kind heart. Oh, you have a kind heart, and sometimes your kind heart can get you into crazy predicaments. So don't be naive and distinguish what you can do and what you can't, and stop yourself from getting into whatever predicament. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. Because I'm a firm believer of like things happen for a reason, and like karma and shit like that. But also about time. I'm big on time. Like, don't waste my time, because it's a fucking precious component of everyone's life that once you give something up, or you give up your piece of time, you can't get that shit back. It's something you can't give back. So I don't know, I've been putting a lot of time, a lot of energy in other people and their issues, and plus having to deal with like work stuff and just everyday life, man. I don't care who you are, whatever you do, it's taxing on no matter the individual, regardless of what you're dealing with. At some point you hit a point to where you're tired, and I don't know, I don't know if I'm getting there, but I also believe that when something is happening, it seems like it's like a chain of events. I don't know if it's the rule of threes or whatever. I'm not very fucking familiar with that logic, but here's what I'm dealing with. So I got family going through some shit, and I got people who, I got associates and shit who are like dealing with their own like personal battles or whatever. And me being a caring person and shit, I'm there for those people. You know what I mean? They come to me, they talk to me about what they're dealing with and how they're trying to cope with their issues. But me being that caring individual, I'm like, yo, what you're doing to cope with that is, putting more stress on you. You know what I mean? It's more so a band-aid than it is helping you or whatever. And then there's just like own personal shit, and it's just like, to me, it seems like all that shit is happening at the same time. It's like, it's crazy if you think about it. Like, people who don't even know each other, don't even fucking know each other, are all going through different fucking similar related issues in regards to their lives at the same time. And the only thing they have in common is me. That's the only thing that they share in common. People have never spoken to each other, but yet at the same time, all these people are going through their issues, and I'm like the conduit or the medium to it all, which is crazy. But then it's like, it's like kind of sparking stuff within my own personal life. Like, it seems like some negative energy or whatever the case may be is starting to come up in regards to me personally. It's like, come on. So I don't know. I just think it's crazy how all that shit just kind of works and coincides. Because like if somebody's in a good mood, for example, at work, you come in, hey, what's up, everybody? Blah, 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 blah. Hey, how you doing? Whatever. And then just you sit down, good vibes, it'll rub off on people. You know what I mean? It's like a smile is contagious. You smile at somebody, whatever. You conversate with them, they smile back, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in all that stuff. So if you come in with some negative energy, it's people notice that. You pick that up, and then it's like, oh, what's wrong with you? Oh, nothing. Then you got this dude. So okay, cool. But I don't know. It's just to me, I'm just sitting here thinking about it. And earlier today, I was on the way home, and I was like, man, I'm about to talk about this shit. I'm fucking irritated because I guess it kind of rubbed off on me. The two of the points that I went over a little while ago, but I know I'm kind of good now, kind of over it, because now mentally I'm at a different place than I was 2 years ago, or 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 9 years ago. Now I'm more so, I wouldn't say free spirited, but I don't know if I've hit my peak in regards to mental maturity, but a lot of shit that would have bothered me back in the day, I don't give a fuck about now. And it's like, and I'm listening to a podcast. I listen to a lot of podcasts, like I said, and I was in a good mood this morning because I listened to one of my new favorite podcasts that goes over 80s movies, and it just breaks it down. Fucking great podcast, man. Shout out to fucking Buzz in the Tower, man. Fucking Mo and Max. That's a great podcast. But I was in a good mood listening to that, and then I get to work. I'm the first one in the building. Knocking shit out, and then it just seemed like I don't know. Just a bad. Not gonna say a dark cloud came in, but it was just like the vibe was weird in there. And I'm gonna tell you why the vibe was weird. Because I keep it fucking clear, keep it real, keep it 100, whatever, however the lingo is, no cap, whatever the fuck y'all say nowadays. So, homegirl's dealing with some shit, you know what I mean? And we got he had something going on, whatever. And you know, when I mentioned like, yo, an associate or whatever goes through some shit, and I'm trying to look out for him. I mean, that's exactly what it was. So, homie's going through some shit, and got to be somewhere tomorrow, function. Person doesn't want to go. I mean, just talks to me about, like, yo, not wanting to go, gotta stay here and do this, woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, nah, you're going, man. You're going. Because I don't want you to stay here and I don't want you to work yourself to death, basically. But then that same individual was like, oh, you don't know what I'm going through. You can't say that to me because you don't know what I'm dealing with, my demons, whoop, this and this, which is true statements, true. However, my defensive mechanism kicked in. I didn't like how that person came at me. So I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, motherfucker, I'm looking out for you. Basically, that's what I'm saying now. It's like, I'm looking out for you. So you can do what you want. Whatever. If you don't want me looking out for you, if this is the way you're trying to deal, which I'm trying to tell you that this is not a coping mechanism or any way to deal with what you got going on. It's just a stressor. That's it. You're adding more stressors. You're putting a little more salt on the motherfucking on your mind, on your soul, on your body, whatever. And I'm just trying to alleviate that. But kind of can't. The person didn't come at me like crazy with it, but I don't know, the kind of tone. I know that person's dealing with some stuff, which I don't like to see anybody I fuck with deal with some shit. So, I mean, at the end of the day, adults are gonna do what they want. You can only help people so much. You can only do so much for an individual. Individuals got to find their own individual path. So, I mean, I'm not gonna stop fucking with this person. None, not at all whatsoever. That's still that's my partner right there. That's the homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna fuck with you. I'm still gonna fuck with them. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, all right, let me throttle back a little bit, because, like I said, I'm a caring individual. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. At the end of the day, people are gonna make their own decisions, do what they gotta do, what they feel is best for them. So that's what it is. But I'm gonna let you know, and everyone out there listening, everybody watching, those who fuck with me know I don't sugarcoat shit, because I don't lie to motherfuckers, because I don't want you to lie to me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you because I don't want you to lie to me. Yeah. So when I was talking to that person on the phone, I was explaining, my whole premise behind everything. I'm like, telling them to come and whatever, this is and this. They replied like, oh man, now all right, man, you being an asshole. I go, no, I'm not being an asshole. I'm just being real with you. That's exactly what it is. I'm just being real with you. I haven't told you any lies. I'm just being real with you. And the fact that you know that I'm being real with you, you don't know how to take it. That's why you're gonna fuck. That's why you're calling me an asshole. But it's all good. I know you don't mean the shit, but it is what it is. So, said person sent me a text later on that day and fucking apologize, and I was like, ain't no need to apologize. You ain't do nothing wrong. No need to apologize. But at the end of the day, grown folks gonna do what grown folks do, right? That's what y'all say. I'm a grown ass man. Grown ass man, which brings me to another situation that I'm currently dealing with. Fucking couple going through some shit. Talking to the male. In one breath, the male's like, yeah, man, I just fucking gotta act like a man. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta man up, and I'm saying I'm a grown ass man. So, I'm gonna do this, da 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 da. But then later on in that same breath, he goes over a situation where he's acting childish and juvenile. So then, of course, I call the person out on it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, if you're a grown ass man and you're doing mannish things, or fucking you want to be treated as such, then act as such. Don't in one breath say, oh, you're a grown ass man, you can't treat me like this, talk to me like this, woo, this is whatever. But then follow that statement with a fucking adolescent, juvenile ass statement that is going off of your actions, that are based off your actions. It's like you're totally contradicting everything you just said. So, I had to bring that to a forefront. I've been feeling like a motivational speaker, a spiritual advisor, a counselor as of late. And, plus dealing with fucking work bullshit. It's crazy. I was talking to one of the homies yesterday, and we were talking about, so I work with a lot of youngsters, a lot of little homies, little homegirls and shit. And I knew one day I was gonna get to this point when I joined the military, because when I joined the military I was young, and there was a lot of older cats, you know what I'm saying? Of course, did some time. A lot of them, teach you some things. A lot of them don't. There's that old school ass mentality. Me being where I was and me being me now, I think my breed or my class or whatever the case may be, we're that group or fucking generation, whatever, that is we're kind of how can I say this? We're kind of like I would say a rare breed, but we're like kind of like a dying breed. We're disseminating, I would say, because you have. So for example, I'm using my military experience for example. So when I came in, I was 18. So when I came in, there was like the older guys who've been in almost 20 years who are getting ready to roll out. Then you have the mid-tier who's been in 8 to 12 years ish. Then there was the 3 to 6 year ish, and then there was me and my group who was like newer. 2 years in. So old school cats, almost doing 20 years. That's old school dudes. Fucking joined in 1980s or whatever and rolling out. Then you have the mid-tier, 90s, whatever. Okay, we're taught by the older cats. All right, this is what we're doing. We'll put a little twist on it, rolling out. Then you have my group, which is like, I don't know, we were taught by all those before us, but then with how our generation was brought up, we put our own little twist on things. So that being said, that's what makes me nowadays. A lot of people who work with me don't fuck with it or haven't fucked with it, like above me, but they know at the same time that they can rely on me and shit. Sorry, looking at this text. But a lot they don't fuck with me attitude wise, but they know if they needed something done, I'm the man to come to and shit. But then you have a lot of the cats who are under me, younger than me, fuck with me tough. A lot of them might not fuck with me because depending on where they come from, but a lot of them, majority of them, probably say 90%. That's pretty high because I'm that dude. 90% of motherfuckers fuck with me. That being said, I knew I was gonna get to this point where I'm like, yo, I feel old. I already do feel old sometimes. But then talking to one of my homies yesterday about the younger cats made me feel old because I was like, yo, what we're doing right now. So we got a thing going on and shit. We're planning a little event outside of work where we don't gotta go to work. All we're just gonna do is have a little breakfast as a you know what I mean, as a team, as a family, whatever the fuck. So you don't gotta go to work. Just come here, eat, bullshit, and then call it a day. So homie was like, yo, why is woo fucking, he's over here just talking shit, man. And I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, he's over here talking shit, complaining about like where we're going to eat and this and this and blah blah blah. I'm just like, that's what for what? Like what are you bitching about? What are you bitching about? And I was like, I replied, I was like, yo, I feel old saying this, but that's the problem with these young motherfuckers, man. You can't these motherfuckers can't make them happy with shit. And homie replied like, yeah. He's like, you can't appease them with anything. Like, what are you bitching about? What are you bitching about? If we were at work, you'd be bitching. Like, oh man, it's fucking Friday. What the fuck? Why are we just sitting here? Woo woo. Now we don't gotta be at work, but we gotta go to this thing where you can just fucking chill out, eat, wear whatever the fuck you want, not have to wear a uniform, but then you bitching about that. Like, what the fuck? And then like these same little motherfuckers who are bitching about shit like that claim that they're hard as fuck and gangster and shit. Like, y'all motherfuckers ain't gangster, dog. You ain't fucking gangster, man. If you were so fucking gangster, you would have joined the motherfucking military. Stayed your gangster ass at home. Continue doing gangster ass shit. At the end of the day, you're a fucking soldier, sailor, fucking airman, whatever the fuck. You ain't no fucking gangster, whatever the fuck. But that's just, to me, that's the problem with this newer generation. It's like, you can't appease these motherfuckers with anything. You give them something that's better than the normal work day, or you give them this, you give them an inch, you give them a fucking inch, they take a foot, whatever the fucking saying is, and it's just shit that just pisses me off. It's like, you don't want to come to work and work all day. You know what I mean? We can do that. I mean, stop being fucking selfish. Plain and simple. Stop being fucking selfish. Stop being a fucking bitch. Stop being a baby. What the fuck are you bitching about? But then it's like, oh, you a gangster. You claim you a gangster. And you do gangster shit. Or you were doing gangster shit before you joined the service or the military or whatever the fuck. But then you can't say that shit to nobody in their face. You can't come to me and be like, man, what the fuck? Woo, this is this. Because you know your ass will get shut the fuck down. And I was thinking about it yesterday after I got off the phone with my homie. And I was just thinking, I was like, these dudes claiming they're gangster, they hard. You know what I mean? And doing all this shit, these youngsters. Now, mind you, youngsters now just don't give a fuck because they feel like they got something to prove. At the same time, like civilian ones, I'm telling you, like y'all motherfuckers are crazy, man. The one I'm specifically referring to, the ones in the military who abide by certain rules. Y'all motherfuckers took an oath. That's who I'm talking about. I mean, them gangsters, little young ass gangsters out in the civilian world. I mean, some of them are gangsters, some of them whatever the fuck, because they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But yeah, all these so-called gangsters in the military and all that shit. That's who I'm referring to. And I completely forgot where I was going with this. Hold on. God damn. What the fuck? Told you I was a busy man. I get calls and fucking texts throughout the day, several times a day. But it is what it is. It comes with the territory, though. But forgot what I was going over. I don't know. I don't even remember what I was going over. But you know, at the end of the day, people see me growing up. I think I was going over fucking being gangster and tough and shit like that. I mean, that's enough of my rant. I've been ranting about that shit, but it feels good to get this shit out. You know what I'm saying? It feels good to talk, which leads me to the next point. If you need to go to a therapist, do so. There's nothing wrong with going to a counselor, seeing a therapist, or whatever, because that's showing that you're trying to better yourself or fix yourself. That's exactly what that is. If you're a man, it doesn't make you look weak. I mean, if you're in a state where you need help, professional help, then do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is a big component, and it's very, 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 what's what I'm looking for. It's nowadays it's just a big part of everybody's, it's on everyone's radar nowadays, you know? More so than it was within the past fucking 2 decades. Mental health, if you claimed like you were mentally fucking unstable back in the day when I was growing up, they would fucking consider you crazy. You know and that was it. But nowadays, there's professionals out there. There's way more professionals out there. People are getting help. There's different avenues you can take. So if you need that, take the shit. Take it. Whether it's single, just you solo, whether it's a couples thing, then fucking do so. You know what I mean? That's it. Do so. What, episode 25. Sam Tillerman's couples therapist right there. Bam. You got a porn addiction? Hit him up. You know what I mean? But if you need just to sit with a counselor, do so. I've done it. I used to go to therapy. It was cool. You gotta get through the first initial appointments though. Because the initial one, the therapist has to get to know you and know the situation and then go from there. But you gotta find the right one too. I think I went through 2 or 3 of them. And I think 1 or 2 of them I wasn't fucking with. But then the third one was cool or some shit like that. That was a long time ago. But, now, being where I am now, I'm good. Point improvement. See there? Another fucking call. And with that, I think I've ranted long enough. But at the end of the day, time is a fucking cherished item. So please don't waste it. Take advantage of it. Use it for good. Fucking better yourself. Take time off for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You need help. Seek out the help from professionals or a mentor or whomever the case may be. You think logically in regards to situations. Don't splurt out shit. I know maturity comes with time, but whatever you can do to help expedite that process, then do so, man. You want to be considered, don't throw around fucking grown man fucking comments like I'm a grown man this, but then act in a juvenile way. I've seen it. I see it on a daily basis. Trust me. That maturity, it goes a long way, and people watch you regardless if you know they are or not. I've had to learn this lesson the hard way, I guess you could say, but people watch you whether you realize it or not. So carry yourself as such, as an adult. Carry yourself as such. Your maturity, it weighs off, it rubs off on people. It represents who you are. So just work towards bettering yourself. And as always, keep it fucking real. Keep it 100. Whether it's something that's going to hurt somebody's feelings, something that they don't like, they're not going to like hearing, whatever the case may be. Because if they don't like hearing it, at the end of the day, once they get over their immediate hurt feels, they'll reassess whatever the situation is, and they may thank you for it, and then it might help them better the situation they're in, and then they may help somebody else. So keep it real all the time. Keep it fucking real. Don't lie. Be straight up. And that's that. And I know for those of you watching, you see me rocking the LA Kings hat. Yes, I'm a hockey fan. I'm not wearing the hat just to wear the hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm a diehard hockey. Well, I'm not a diehard. I was a diehard hockey fan. I kind of stopped watching it the older I got, but I still watch it every now and again. I'm a Tampa Bay Lightning fan, but I grew up a diehard Kings fan, man. Wayne Gretzky, Luc Robitaille, Marty McSorley, Tony Granato, you know what I'm saying? Them Kings right there, man. That was my team. I used to play hockey, and yes, we could play hockey in California. We had fucking hockey rinks. You know what I'm saying? We played roller hockey. The Mighty Ducks were my shit. So, yes. For those of you listening, I'm wearing a fucking LA Kings snapback with the old school logo. And I fuck with the with the Kings going back to the old logo, man. That's some real shit. That whole like the modern fucking look they tried to do with the LA and shit like that, like that I didn't like that. But shout out to all the hockey fans out there. You know what I mean? I had chopped it up with a dude on Twitter, on the Twitter space thing. That's fucking legit. If you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter, because everyone's on fucking Twitter. But if you're on Twitter and you see like the little blue things at the top of your timeline, like you can join in conversations and have conversations with whatever niche or genre that you fuck with. Like say you're a gamer and you follow a bunch of gamers, if they have like a Twitter space thing open, you can join that and fucking engage in conversation with all the fucking other gamers or fucking artists or whatever. This is pretty dope. But yeah, I don't know if they got that from like other apps, but anyway, thank you all for fucking tuning in. I apologize for the fucking chopping and screwing of the fucking episode, but you know the homie's busy and I wasn't gonna hold conversations over the pod. But I appreciate you for tuning in as always. And as always, if you're not following the fucking podcast on Instagram, go to fucking Instagram.com and type in YeahDat podcast, one word. Instagram.com. Type in YeahDat podcast, one word. At YeahDat podcast. And follow the fucking pod, man. You know what I mean? I post the fucking shorts on there. I got all the thumbnails. I post other shit on there. YeahDat podcast on Instagram. You can fuck with me on Twitter, West Coast _Rob. Follow me on fucking YouTube, man. I post the shows on there. So every week a new episode up there on YouTube. YouTube.com/West Coast Rob. One word. I got shorts. I got little clips up there. Starting to get a little starting to catch some steam too, that YouTube page. So fucking get on now before you get left. But YouTube.com/West Coast Rob. I'll be on TikTok too. I'll be fucking with the TikTok sometimes. West Coast _Rob, man. I'm all over the damn place. All over. But thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you so much for listening. For those of you who make it all the way to the end of every episode, man, kudos to fucking you, man. You were my fucking diehards and I fuck with you. If you need anything, hit me up and I fucking got you. YeahDat. Shout out to the homies fucking Undefined Spectrum out there doing his thing, acting classes and shit. Shout out to my man Loud Click Photography, JoJo. What's up, bro? And then Big Paul. You know what I'm saying? Gonchi. Who else? Fucking Blanco. What up, homie? I mean, shout out to everybody who fuck with me. Shout out to my sister. Love you. Shout out to my daughter's wifey. Love you all. But up until the next episode, man. This is the homie West Coast Rob. And we signing out. Episode 28. In the motherfucking books. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. YeahDat.